State Facts Podcast Morning Show. Welcome. Good morning, State Facts Podcast. Your show for all information, straight facts. Yes, sir. First and foremost, man, I want to send out my prayers to all the families and loved ones of families that have been affected by the coronavirus, aka COVID-19, aka we can't wait till it's done. But our prayers go out to all of those families that's going through these depressed and stressful times. Yesterday we talked a little bit about setting up a defense mechanism for your body. So I brought some of these, some of the vitamins that me and my family is using. They're not expensive at all. Like this one is probiotics for probiotics right here. It is by Purely Inspired. They're pretty good. We have black seed that we use. The black seed is for your metabolism, well, for your immune system and inflammatory system. The vitamin C pills. They also have gummies. If you don't like the hard pills, they have gummies that you can use. They taste a little better. And these vitamins, these like everyday vitamins that you could take. These for skin, hair, and nail gummies right here. And like I said, man, just setting up that defense mechanism for you and your family to protect y'all from this virus. May Allah make us amongst those who put a shield of protection over their family during these trying times. Today our show is going to be based on how parents is coping with their children being out of school and vice versa, how kids is coping with their parents being out of school, because it's a two-way thing, We're going to get into it. We're going to call in. We're going to make a call in to Bomb First, a.k.a. D, the A.K. Harvey's own. And we're going to talk to him and see how he coping with it because, hold up, before we go a little further. Today I went over to his house, and I want to put it in there. Today I went over to his house in which he have 9 kids, all that are out of school right now. So I walked in his house today, and in his boys' room, all of them had on their uniform shirts, tucked in, looking well, with their belts on, teeth brushed, face wash, shoes on, and everything looked like. So my first impression, the first thing I said was, I was like, Debo, where you going? And he was like, to school. Then I got kind of mad. I'm like, school? I'm like, what school? Because I'm about to jump on your dad behind this. And he was like, my mama's school. So I said, Alhamdulillah, all praise to the most gracious, most merciful, because the school is in-house now, and they understand that. That means the message from the parents to the kids was relayed right. That don't have nothing to do with the stress the kids going through and the stress that the parents going through at all. Yet and still, I walked in there and I told my brother's wife, and this is my blood brother, I told his wife, I told her, I said, you got Shell's University, huh? But that's good, because we have to find a way to cope with our kids during this time. The president is predicting April 30th until schools be able to open back up. Some states close their schools down. They making a call to close their schools down throughout the 2020 year. So some of you parents are going to have to deal with them kids a lot longer than you think. Wake up. Let's go. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I'm your host, Brother Deen. Yes, sir. What a beautiful morning it is. Even though the situation of this virus have a hold on everybody, I just want to let everybody know that there's ways that we can try to manage to cope with these situations. Like I said in a few of my other podcasts, I'm really not into the conspiracy theories. I'm trying my best, and I would like y'all to leave comments and let me know if y'all feel like I'm slipping into some kind of anything that could be controversial, anything that could be deemed as not being the truth, the fake news. If you feel that way about anything I say, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section. Other than that, I urge you guys to press the bell so you can get the notifications when videos are being uploaded, and make sure you subscribe to the page. Right now, I want to get a super shout out to my homie brother at the Hair Connection, the Back End Clothing, Heartfelt Empire Music Group, DM4 and the Full Society, Knack Cabs in Nacogdoches, Texas, Map City Empire in Nacogdoches, Texas, Vanguard Amazing and Sleepless Company in Dallas, Texas. Also, Young Guap Cloud Gang. I want to make sure I give a special shout out to them guys because they played an essential part in my life. Whether it be from entertainment to great advice, and a real good friend of mine, he even fasted with me through the month of Juma at the Hair Connection. So I want to give a super shout out to them and let them know that I salute them and I wish them well throughout their business during this pandemic that's going on right now. All right, so let's deal with some ways that we can cope as parents with our kids being off from school this year. The first thing I wrote down is kids are stressed because kids look at school as a sense of security. You got to understand your kids' point of view. Every what we say 5 days out of a week, they're with their friends at school. They're with their teachers. These people is a part of their lives. So they not having that going on right now, and they have to deal with you guys, with us as parents 24/7. So it's a stress point with them. And I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she said she started grabbing the eyes. I said, "What, your eyes hurt?" She said, "No, I'm stressed." I'm like, I said, what you stressed about? Like, she's 6 years old. I'm like, what you stressed about? Not knowing as a parent, because that's what happened. We overlook the emotions and the feelings of our kids, not knowing what they're going through. Somewhere down the line, that can be costly in your relationship dealing with your kid. And but she told me, she said she was stressed because the phone kept falling, but it was a deeper stress, and part of that stress come from the school systems closing. Okay, parents also feel that kids are failing behind in their curriculums, which they are. If these schools close down for the rest of the school year, it's going to be a problem because every kid is going to be kept back a year. You got to do the numbers and do the math. It's no way to get time back. It's no way to get time back. Okay, I think online courses should be enforced by the government. I think myself, and again, if this seemed like some kind of conspiracy theory type of thing, make sure y'all leave some comments down there in the comment section. But I really feel like that the government and Donald Trump, our President Donald Trump, I believe he should use an executive order to make sure that these kids is getting taught online by the schools, by the teachers, and also by their parents. Certain kind of ways you can stipulate it, because once you go to talking about money with parents, when you start talking about money, you can get some things to get moved. Also, Facebook and these other social media outlets. My problem with them is that they rather sell ads than to brilliant nice, if that's a word, to be brilliant and make a online school. Facebook is capable of doing this, especially Facebook, and I'm sorry to call out names, but each social media, and if y'all seeing this, make sure y'all repost this and tag this in it, and tag the social media gurus. Make sure y'all tag them in this so that they can get the idea. Maybe nobody ain't given the idea yet, because it's really hard for parents. Some parents ain't even finished school. Some parents don't even know this work that these kids coming home with. So there's frustrations there also. Some ways that you can deal with it, to jump to another subject. Some ways you can deal with it to cope with your kids while they're out of school is you can create work zones for them. If you have more than one kid, if it's hard for them to be attentive to the work and teaching that you're trying to teach them, what you can do is you can create work zones for them. So some of them could be over here, some of them could be over there. But I urge you to do as my brother's doing with his kids. Make them wake up at that time in the morning. Make them go through the courses that they have to, have a little leniency on them. But this is not time for a vacation. You got to let them know that this is no vacation. School is still in session, and it's a different type of schooling. So we have to understand our kids too, with them adjusting to that. So the screaming and hollering and all that at the kids is not going to work. It's not going to get them back up to their grade level. It's not going to get them the curriculum that they need to succeed in the U.S. of A. Okay. Also, you can contact their teachers yourself. I'm pretty sure, especially some of the moms with the bad kids. I'm pretty sure y'all know their teachers and know their phone numbers. I'm pretty sure y'all do. So where you could get them to send work to the kids so they could be able to do throughout this down period that's in school, so they can keep up with their curriculum. Uh, there's some homeschooling programs my little brother used already. There's Time for Learning, Classical Academics, and a lot more of them. If you use your Google for the right reasons to help your kid out, you can go ahead on and search that. All right. So again, welcome to the show this morning. I hope y'all enjoy the podcast. Right about now, we're gonna bring in Bond First, Harvey Zone, aka Didi. Let's go. What's up, brother?
What's up, baby?
I'm chilling. Welcome to the show, man. Today our show is about how parents and kids are coping while the school systems is closed down. And I mentioned on the show today, I called you, I tapped into you because I mentioned on the show this morning that when I came in your house, how I seen your kids, all your kids had on their school uniforms, shirts tucked in, had on their shoes tied up,
Right.
face wash, teeth brush, book sacks on their back and everything. And I was explaining to
Right.
the listeners, you know, it was just amazing for me to see that. And I told them, I asked them where they was going, and they said they was going to school, you know. So my thing is, I want to get to this so we can get to the listeners so they can hear your point of view. First and foremost, how is you and your wife coping with your kids being out of school right now?
Well, basically, it's proper protocol. Everything's still in motion at the house. It's still every day. Routine will be a normal do it, except for we schooling them at the kitchen table versus them going to school for 6-7 hours. They actually sitting at the table 4 to 5 hours of work.
Right.
Every day, 5 days a week, like as if they were in school.
Right. What made you have them to uniform up and stuff? Because that's where it get real serious at.
Well, it's proper protocol.
Right.
Every morning what they do, get up in the morning, brush your teeth, wash your feet, prepare to go to school for 6-7 hours.
Right.
Well, I got them on they on that schedule, proper protocol. Y'all know one thing, Monday through Friday, you get up, brush your teeth, put on your phone, get ready to go to school.
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That peer discipline right there.
Right. I'm with you on that. We also mentioned on the show about can you justify with any stress from your kids from not being able to go to school? Because they have their own stress too. You seen any of that?
Wait. Run that by me again, brother.
What I'm saying is, them kids, they have inner stress too, like they're stressed out themselves from not being able to go to school. Have you justified with any of that in any of your kids?
No, not really, because like I said, we active.
Right.
Either if we not at the table working, we watching movies, playing games, pumping iron, playing family games, and just joking with each other. So we really do. We ain't let the kids like that, stressful word and all that.
Right. So how you helping them keep up with their curriculum, like with they work from school? Did you get it from their teacher? They mailed it, or you got them on iReady or what?
Like iReady, what's that?
Yeah.
Movie Max and all that,
Yeah. Say them names one more time so the listeners.
So what happened was the teachers had emailed my wife their passwords, so we got them all of them got these passwords.
Alhamdulillah.
So they logged on to and besides that, I moved a couple of weeks ago and picked up a big old package.
Yeah. You say, hold on, you broke up a little bit. You said you picked up a big package of what?
A packet of work for each parent and all 6 of them. From their school, I would grab, they had some work ready for them too.
So if you wouldn't have went down there and got it, what I'm saying is if you wouldn't have went down there to get this work for them, they would have sent it to the house, or you think you would never been able to get it?
They wouldn't have reached out.
If you're just tuning in right now, Welcome to the show, State Facts Podcast Morning Show. Right now, we're on the line with Bomb First, aka Dee, aka Harvey's Own, to talk about our topic for today is how parents and kids is coping with the school system being closed. So, brother, if you didn't lose that thought, go ahead and continue.
Yeah, so, now what the question was again?
I was asking you, have you justified with any stress within your kids?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Right, and like you said, y'all stay active, right?
We stay positive for number one. And for number one is they well disciplined.
Right.
And besides, that, we play games, watch movies, do school and homeschooling, so we steady rolling. We got working out. We got an agenda going over.
Right.
So it ain't gonna be stress on them, neither me and my wife, because we used to it. We have 9 kids.
Right. All right, look, by you saying that just made me think of something just now. Do you think that the parents should be getting compensation for homeschooling their own kids? Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, man.
When she sit at the table for the amount of hours she sit there and do the homeschooling, you think she should get paid for it? You think she should receive compensation for doing that homeschooling?
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like that's my turn. That's our turn. We're going to do this regardless of whether they pay us or not.
Right.
So, look, let me tell you something. No white folk, and students not being...
Go ahead. You can talk free.
Like that, but nobody ain't paying for no education, man.
Right.
We got to get our return through school our damn self, bro.
Right. Now, let me give you another something else I threw out there for the audience. I said, Facebook, stop it a lot from saying their name, but what I'm saying is, the social media gurus, don't you think they should have a program to where, teaching is being done through their social media outlets versus them trying to just sell ads all damn day?
Man, look, like this, brother. I don't know nothing about no social media because I excluded me, my wife, and all 9 of my children out there, so we ain't known that.
That's good.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm not in my church that can pollute their mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right. All right.
We ain't doing that type of, we ain't on that type of time on social media, so I really can't have no question on social media.
All right. Here's another thing I brought up, and I'm just saying, just to get your feet on it. So my question is, I spoke earlier on the show, and I was talking about how it may be a good idea for the President Donald Trump to make it an executive order for teachers to make sure they reach out to each individual student that was in their class. So what you think about that? You think that Trump should make these people that's why I asked you, did you have to go get the schoolwork? You think Trump should make sure that they make sure these kids get in their curriculum activities?
Well, I feel like this here, you understand? From my point of view, I feel like if the teachers really teaching, because that's what they want to do, because that's their passion, that's what they want to do, help others learn, I feel like the teachers should automatically reach out. They don't have to go wait for no president, for nobody, no government, and all that stuff. Right. They make some people reach out to these children. Right. If you love these children, you love your job, you're going to automatically do that.
Right. The idea crossed my mind because I know they got some kids that's living in the ghettos and living in the hood who right now they driving their moms and dads up the wall. See, we blessed to be able to...
bro.
Go ahead.
I think that too, bro. Like, I step out to the store or something, bro, and I see the kids 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, run up and down the street, probably wheeling on bike around the corner, that's around here.
Right.
Around the corner, I was like, man, let's get shit chill. They ain't trying to learn nothing. Right. Just outside all day. Riding bikes, and then the killer party got this disease going on. He was really be out there. Like, I pray for him every time I see him. Right?
Alhamdulillah.
Well, I don't know, bro.
Alhamdulillah. Well, look, brother, thank you for coming on the show. We're going to go ahead on and wrap it up.
Thanks for having me, baby.
Yes, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You heard me? And I promise you, man, that's the best I've seen. So like I said, we're going to make sure we try to get that. If it's all right with you, we're going to try to get that to where, your kids could be able to talk about some of the things that help them get through. Because, kids could relate to kids. You know what I'm saying? Us as parents talking to kids, they ain't going to listen to us. But kids will listen to kids. So hopefully, inshallah, one day. So thank you for joining the show, brother. I'll get at you later.
All right, thanks.
Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
All right, later. Our conclusion for today. Parents, pay close attention to your kids. Be attentive with understanding that they have been taken out of their element. Okay. Also, be mindful that first they took the prayers out of school. Then now they're taking the kids out of the school. You know, the schools may not open up, so prepare yourself and prepare your kids mentally to deal with not being in school and being around you guys, you know, creating a different bond. Stay Facts Podcast Morning Show. I am your host and your Brother Deen. This is the show for all your information, backed up by straight facts. Y'all have a beautiful start to the day and enjoy. Make sure you subscribe and follow all the handles. Thank you.